Action. Down a little bit with it. Down a little. Down more. Down more. Now snap it.
So, give me a rundown of what your doc is about.
What my doc is about, yeah. So my documentary is the kind of comeback story of a man who was in a very dark place, and through a lot of different people's help, he was able to find his way out of that place, and now he likes to give back to the community in the best way he can, in the best way he feels he knows, and that's cutting hair at shelters for the homeless.
This was my first time on any sort of film crew in any capacity. So being director on my first go was quite a challenge, and I just learned that I need to, speak up as a director, as a filmmaker, and really express what I want. So we are here filming our first interview for our documentary, The Dennis Alsop Diaries, and our subject today is Vanessa Brown. She is London-based author, historian. She owns a bookstore. Well, it's a bookmobile now, which is really cool. She did a lot of research using Dennis's notes. So we are going to have a conversation with her today.
So my documentary was Spirit to Break, and it was about my buddy Connor Matheson Webster, who was originally declared as a quadriplegic and then defeated all odds and was now a paraplegic, and his goal is to become a star in the National Canada wheelchair rugby team. It's about him, his family, his mentors, his challenges, his everything.
How's the last day of filming going?
Oh, it's going good. This is a really cool experience. Just a bit stressed out about how much footage we're gonna have.
So my doc is called Body Snatcher. It's a profile of local MMA fighter Jesse the Body Snatcher Ronson. And I chose that because the sport is like a big part of my life. I watched a lot of UFC back home every weekend with my friends. And watching the prelims, I had found out about Jesse and knew he trained out of London. And I figured since I was moving down here, it could be a good opportunity for me to kind of make a short film or something on that topic.
With Tyler's interview, I really wanted to separate from most interviews and separate from most documentaries that are being filmed. So I decided to film his in a very black and white style, doing black backdrop and having heavy light on him. Not a lot of fill light, just very heavy key light all over him. This was because I really wanted people to take in what he was saying. Well, we just finished our interview with Ty Delargy, who's sitting over there. It went really well. Now we're set for the next shot, which will be more of a cinematic shot and more of a complicated shot of him watching footage of him and his dad. So hopefully that'll go all well.
Karbowski, I don't know if you know him. He's my favorite director. So I watched a lot of his film before the documentary because his long take and his mood, I think it's suit for my documentary. So he inspired me a lot.
I just can't make it sad. That's the one thing, because I know his whole thing is positive mindset, work towards a better day. That's why I named it Spirit to Break. Like, he's a tough motherfucking spirit. Like, he's gonna be a tough one to break, and that's kind of the mentality. And I don't want to make a documentary all about the sad parts, so keep it all positive.
Oh my God, my team was incredible. I swear to God, I am the luckiest director. I swear, like Lou. Oh my God, what an incredible producer. Even though he last minute was working on his own stuff, he's still been like tripping over himself to do stuff for me, and I love him for that. Cam, as camera op, obviously he's the guy. I was super happy when I was able to land him as my DOP.
Here with Patrick at his barbershop. The whole team is doing great things, and we're getting a lot of great content here. It's going great.
Does Alex piss you off?
Working with Alex is horrible.
Thanks to Pablo, he have a very big car, and we drive 2 cars, 4 person to go to Toronto, and it was fun. The trip to Toronto is really fun, yeah. and to stay together with your crew member is better for you to, I think, to know them better. And after that, we become very good friends after the film.
So the biggest location we went to was Niagara Falls, which was super fun to go to. I love traveling for film. There was 2 people in my crew that had never been to Niagara Falls before, so it was really fun seeing them experience the falls for the first time, which was amazing.
After Jesse's fight last night, Cam kind of snuck back into the locker room, and he was kind of filming him secretly from the door, and then you could see the doctor kind of like checking him out and patching him up and stuff. And then you hear Cam say, "Oh, Jesse, hell of a fight, man." And then he looks at him and he's like, "Oh, it's for the doc." The what? The documentary. He's like, "Oh yeah, the boys."
Sunday morning, we decide to film this sunrise, and we wake up really early because we stay very far from downtown, from the filming location. So after we film the sunrise, everybody go back to our apartment and everybody fall asleep. Especially Pablo and Abdul, they fall asleep on the couch. Abdul is just like face down and directly fall asleep. It's really funny.
I've always been into film. Coming from where, like, the country I do come from Bangladesh, it wasn't like my parents were always very protective of me, so I lived a very sheltered life. So stories were very much my way of seeing the world. It was also a catalyst for a relationship I had with my dad. And I just learned to start communicating with the world through cinema.
I think people can notice I don't talk a lot, so I think film is a way for me to talk. I think it's more powerful than any other human language or any other art form.
You know, we're all very creative. Anyone you meet is a very creative and very individual person. I think film can say so much about that person and about how they see life.
Filmmaking is such a beautiful thing, and I think we're privileged as a group here on campus to experience creation. You know, the ability to create something out of thin air, really. And I almost wish, like a global wish, that everyone becomes filmmakers or even creators in their own way, because I think we're designed to do that.
Adam, anything to say for behind the scenes?
This is a disaster.